we go. Anybody know this song?
No.
Anyone know? Anyone know? Anyone? Let's see if anybody attending this does know this song before I give away the answer. All right, that's Ava Max. Anybody know the song name?
Hmm.
Million Dollar Baby. All right, a little bit of the theme that we're doing today. $1 million Bitcoin. Yeah, well, welcome to it, ladies and gents. It's great to have you all here with us. This monthly called the HODLNOTS Happy Hour Hangouts, otherwise known as the 4H. If you're alive and you're kicking, drop in some emojis down the bottom there. It's always great to see if anybody is alive. We see a bunch of Frenchies, Canadians, South Africans. We've got the Germans, the Swiss, and a whole bunch of others as well. Oh, there we go. Lovely, lovely. Everybody's alive. Everybody's good. Um, all right, already some comments coming in around the background, the studio as usual. Vicky looks amazing. Uh, and there's a comment like, what's
Hmm.
happening up with our little Barney bot up on that top shelf there, between the firewood and everything. It's yeah, it's looking good. So
Too
hello
cute.
everybody. Hello Marcel. Marcel's not wearing
Hey,
glasses today. Oh, nice, looking fresh.
yeah, I took them off.
Looking fresh.
I lost them.
Oh, you lost them. You lost your glasses? The
Yeah,
avatar
sat on
selections
them.
were
Something happened to them. I'm not sure.
okay. Cool.
Hello, Wendy. Hello, Vicky. Yes, it's that time of the month again. How's everybody doing? Wendy, you good? How's it done?
I'm good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm good. I was waving my hands a while ago. Couldn't you see it?
Yeah, totally, totally saw that. Fantastic. Vicky, how's yeah, Vicky's wearing a different hat today. Nice. Let's change your outfit.
I am. Yeah, I'm also I have the sunglasses under my hat, Marcel. So mm,
Everyone's shaking it up.
You
Well,
look like you're in the outback. That's an outback hat.
the bucket hat.
it is a
It's a
bucket.
bucket hat. Yeah, a bucket hat.
What do we call it, Marcel? What's the Afrikaans word for it? Yeti?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It's an I don't know hat.
yeah.
No, I'm not really familiar with what we call in Afrikaans, to be honest.
A,
Oh,
a
okay.
What
bucket
is it?
hat. Well, I don't think they wear them in
I also
America.
just call it a bucket hat,
Yeah, Emerhoed, whatever.
or like maybe like a fishing hat.
A
Ah.
fishing hat. That would be more like, yeah, what we
Right.
would use.
Well, we're going to go
Correct.
deep diving, deep sea fishing in a couple of really good topics today. Some of them that we've been chatting about over the last couple of weeks with the weekly warm up. And we thought it important to actually dive into some of these, yeah, these topics that are meriting quite a bit of discussion. And as global crypto adoption continues to grow, we're starting to see real life application around that. We're seeing things shift, we're seeing things evolve and the norm is no longer the norm. So we'll be diving into a really interesting topic around the application of Bitcoin payments, and that's actually in the rental industry. We have mentioned before as well that there are certain countries where certain banks and loan companies are actually accepting crypto as a form of security against these loans as well. But we're going to be talking about what it means to be able to pay for rent, your rent, in a number of cities around the world using Bitcoin. Wendy's going to be touching on that. And then we're going to be deep
Hmm.
diving into what it means for $1 million price tag to Bitcoin. All right, is that going to happen? When's it going to happen? Who's going to help that happen? Sorry, and then we might even get into another really important topic because we're wondering around, with these ETFs and a bunch of other things, is the traditional Bitcoin 4-year cycle still a thing? All right, so we're gonna have a little chat around that.
Mm.
But first up, let's have a look. What's happening in this background? We've got what is Barney wearing there, by the way? Are we going into a rugby scrum there, Vicky? What's happening?
It's
That's what
a
it looks
box.
like.
It's a boxing helmet, I
Oh.
suppose, because it's the million
Yes,
dollar
that's a
baby.
boxing one. Yeah, look at the boxing gloves right
Headgear.
underneath. Yeah, cool.
Hmm. All right, who are we boxing? Who are we boxing? Are we putting?
Well, it's the $1 million Bitcoin baby, isn't it?
Uh-huh,
Like the
uh-huh. I see
movie.
what you did there. I see what you did there. Very nice, very nice. And yeah, we're hoping Who Wants to Be a Millionaire does not sue us for that background. But we love Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We're watching our whole life. It's amazing. We're not making any profit from this, so please don't sue us. But yes, Who Wants to Be? If you want to be a Bitcoin millionaire, throw a thumbs up as one of those emoji responses. Come on, who wants to be a Bitcoin millionaire? Come on. No one? Come on. There we go. There we go. Lovely. All right. Some people do not read the brief. I see hearts and celebrations. I said thumbs up. All right. What else is happening around here? We've got some buzzers. We've got a calculator. What else do you see, Badger, Wendy?
Beer.
So we also have a bike because it's a 4-year cycle
I know,
behind
it's so good.
Marcel and
Oh,
John.
okay. Really good puns. There we go. Thanks, Badger.
We have a
Uh,
4-year cycle. And when we
just,
have obviously maps and rents. Yeah, so there's a few cryptic clues there.
As usual, there's always the alcohol.
I
That's
see the
great to hear.
calculator with a 1, 2, 3.
Let's add some things up, and yeah, I was hoping somebody
Mm.
was going to work out that the bicycle and the four, but I'm thinking to beat everybody to it.
Oh, sorry, let the cat out of the bag there.
No, it's all good. Justin, no, we're not giving away free Bitcoin, but we are going to be talking about.
Darn.
Sorry.
I said darn.
Well, Wendy, I mean, you can give us all a Bitcoin. Come on, be nice. All right. So, will Bitcoin be going up higher this year? Well, on that note, are you paying attention, ladies and gents who are listening here live? And there are a bunch of you. There's an opportunity not to win a Bitcoin, but here it is. There's a contest. It's running now until the end of this episode, show, whatever you like. What do you think a Bitcoin's price is going to be by the end of the year? And we specifically talking around December 16th, all right, the middle of December. Take a guess, pop it in the Q&A down below, but also give us a reason why you think. Now, you're going to win something today by telling us the reason why you set that value. And whoever is here and has given us some values on December 17th, when we have our very last HODLNOTS Happy Hour Hangout session of the year, whoever was closest is also going to get a prize. Okay? And it's not just a prize, it's a prize. All right? So let's pop it down there below.
Ooh.
I also want to hear from Vicky, Marcel, and Wendy. Pop yours in the Q&A section as well, and why. Okay? You're not going to win anything necessarily except for a high five. But we want to see who can guess what Bitcoin's price is going to be at the middle of December this year. Okay? I'll repeat that
I
one more
have
time.
no idea.
Take a stab. Come on. We can all read charts. We all have an
Okay, I've
understanding.
got let me look at the charts. Let me
You're gonna go
decipher
ask
the
Marius. I
charts.
see what you're gonna do there. No, don't.
Honey.
Exactly. All right. So
I
the
can
con
get Marius's view on it at the end. We'll give
right,
Marius's
like
view at
with
the
one
end.
minute to go. I don't want anybody like being, oh yeah, Marius said this is gonna be this. All right, no.
Okay.
So everybody pop it in the Q&A section below. What do you think Bitcoin's price is gonna be mid-December? And then we're going to find out why from you as well. What is the reason you think it's going to be there? Is it going to be 175? Is it going to be 115,000? Is it going to be 277, $343? Or is it going to be 69,776? Whatever. All right, tell us what it's going to be and why to win a prize today. And you can also win at the end of the year. Okay, let's see. I want to see some answers down there. All right, I need a justification there, Justin. You can't just say the value, you're also gonna say and why. Why do you think it's gonna be there? Is it because of something? All right, I like that. Thank you, Gerard.
Ooh,
Vicky.
interesting.
Okay.
That's the two interesting answers are very close together.
Yes, absolutely. Those values are
Mm,
close. At least one has a
yeah.
justification so far. Carry on bringing them in. But one of them is an interesting point, and that's we're going to be delving into. All right, there we go. We can tie that in. Let's not mention values. Okay. We don't want to be leading anybody around. Okay. And yeah, all right. Cool. So yeah. That okay. All right, we'll see. Yes, shh. All right, fantastic. All right, lovely. Thank you. We want to hear from you, Wendy and Marcel and Vicky. I'm gonna pop mine down on the bottom as well. Well,
I have it I haven't turned mine in yet. I'm still
Okay,
thinking.
you're still thinking. Okay, fantastic. Cool. Now, let's talk about numbers and values. Marcel, how has it been? Because I don't know if anybody noticed. We did talk about it on Monday, but Bitcoin dominance is down. It is broken below that support level of 60%. It was last sitting at 59 something. Just to clarify, give me 1 second as I pull up the chart. It is at 59.22 and it is beautiful. It is going down. The next support area is at 55%. What does that mean? It means money is flowing into the alts. And what does that mean? Coins are running. Scalp trading, HODL firing, and even medium-term positions are coming to fruition. It's amazing. Hey, Muscle?
Definitely. Um, we can definitely see things picking up in the den, especially over the last couple of days. So I think, well, holding thumbs that it stays on this trend, and we can do some great scalping in the den.
Absolutely. You want to be able to just give us a little taster of
Yeah,
what has been happening over there.
I will do. Just quickly sharing my screen.
Mhm.
Just hodl my beer, and I'll be there now.
Bottle
Yeah,
my
this
beer.
triple parking. All right, thanks.
Okay. Looking at the last week of July, here's some of the trades that we've had in the den. This was like a 7 day period. Some 8%, 3%, 2%, 4%, 7%. So it was a little bit quieter over the last week of July. But you'll see now when we look at the next update that things definitely got a little bit better now with the dominance going down. So looking at the 2 weeks ending the 10th of August, last Sunday, there was 3 trades totaling 58%. So that was some great trading over there. There's also a coin that ran, I think it was Justin who called it in the den actually, a coin that ran like 700% or something. So there was some great runners. If we look at some of these other trades, 2 trades, 8%, 14%, 16%, and all of these are like scalp trading. So it's fairly quick in and out. So you can imagine if you do a couple of these a day, it definitely adds up. There's another 11%, 6%. So things are definitely heating up on the den side. Then we also had a contest. We had a little bit of a fun one. We had a contest to just share some of your photographs of your pets. And so that was quite fun. We got to know each other a little bit in the lodge. So that was quite cool. And then we will probably drop a new contest later this week in the lodge for all the certified HODLNOTS to
Very.
yeah. So I'm thinking of actually doing like a contest idea generator contest, almost like a contest inception type
Mm.
type vibe way. But they'll see. We'll see when I post it later this week. It should be fun. Trying to get ideas for other contests, so it might be a cool one to do.
Okay. Exciting. Exciting. Got to get involved. There's so much on offer in the HODLNOTS Lodge. Vicky goes through all the calls that happen within, well, mostly in the HODLNOTS space as well. I mean, between HODL fires, and we've got calls like this today, and we've got self-paced calls. But the Lodge is a great place for learning as well for all those who are certified. Utilize it. Grab it by the horns and say, hey, I want to learn as much as I can. Ask, you know what? I'm putting a challenge down to every single HODL. Pop in a question every single day. All right. And in that way, learn because, and also help people understand some of the questions that they might be asking because we all want to be able to learn. The best way to do that is by teaching. Marcel, thanks for that update. There've been some great runs. I'm actually just looking at my watch list at the moment for the day. I see some of the football, the soccer fan, sport fan tokens still
Oh,
running cheapers. I mean,
Mm.
Alpine has not stopped. It's turning around again. Santos is still going. Santos is actually looking fantastic on the day. Maybe some huddle fires. Let's see if yes, definitely Mateus. Maybe. I'll have a look at that in a short while. But yeah, lots going on, lots of scalp trade, and we're very excited about the market going up. All right, it's getting there. We're feeling it. Can you guys feel the altcoin summer coming? All right,
Mm.
yeah. But always use stop loss. So yeah, let's get into the next section. And I think while Wendy's prepping herself for that, just looking at some of the predictions. And
Mm.
interestingly enough, there's some that are very similar, actually. No one can see these. So
Very similar.
yeah.
Yeah, look at like within $1,000, which is amazing. So,
Mm. And that's yeah, that's quite a few of them, very, very close.
mm.
There's someone very optimistic. I wouldn't say very optimistic. We do know that Bitcoin's going to go qu quite high, but remember, again, and this touches on one of the topics from today, which is cycles, right? Is this still going to play out as per the usual? I mean, throwing up air quotes. I'm sure you guys can see that. The usual Bitcoin 4-year cycle, right? So traditionally, we saw it last year as well. Nice starting of the run with Bitcoin initially in November, December. We're asking you, what do you think the price will be mid-December? Now, remember, it might have gone up. Maybe it hits 200,000 by December and then comes the way back down to, I don't know, 166,000 or whatever. Who knows? That's kind of what we're asking. What do you think it'll be by then? And the justification around that. Okay. Wendy, very interesting topic that we started talking about on Monday, and that was how rental properties across the world and growing as global crypto adoption is on the increase, is that people can start to pay their rents with Bitcoin. How exciting!
Absolutely. Hang on just a second.
Oh yeah, no problem. I mean,
Okay. I'm
some
gonna-
people are in the rental market only, some people own, and I think, yeah, I think there's more access to loans and those kind of things going forward for people who traditionally either their country didn't have enough money in the bank, which does happen in a lot of third world countries. And I think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are affording people the opportunity for better financial freedom and application of that, right? Mhm.
Absolutely. So let's look at my PowerPoint, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're going to talk about on payments and what you can do with Bitcoin payments. A lot of people ask that question to us off and on is how can I use my Bitcoin? Can I really, is it going to be a real fiat currency type thing? Is it really going to take over the banks? What can I do with my Bitcoin? So we're going to tell you a little bit about what you can do with it. If I can share my screen.
You should.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes. Beautiful.
Okay, great. All right, it's just a few slides for you, but this is some information that we've gathered that cryptocurrency payments, how can I spend my Bitcoin in cryptocurrencies today? And is this really going forward? Are we really going to be able to use Bitcoin? Is it really being adopted by lots of different countries all over the world? Absolutely. There are now countries and crypto rental payments. This is pretty big. So El Salvador, it has a place called Bitcoin Beach. Bitcoin is actually legal tender in El Salvador. They are actually teaching kids in school now up to a certain grade level how to use Bitcoin. They're the first country that's doing that. I think it's incredible. Apartments near the beach can all be rented with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So those people, we found 5 areas in general that you can pay the rent. Okay. Miami, Florida, of all places, USA. I was really a bit shocked with that because USA has been so not on board with crypto. But ever since Trump has done the Bitcoin reserve, of course, now USA is coming on board with lots of things. Lisbon, Portugal, Berlin, Germany, and we have a lot of German HODLNOTS, and we even have more Germany HODLNOTS coming on all the time now. So Germany is really getting spot on ready for cryptocurrency. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which seems to be Canadians have been behind because of the fact that they get so restricted, and there are even some parts of Canada that can't even do crypto at all. So Toronto and Ontario, Canada also accepts rent for certain areas for that. And Paris, France. I was quite shocked with that. So Argentina as well, in Rosario, Santa Fe, they have rental agreements done with a local crypto platform, which is called Fwind. And they converts the Bitcoin payments to USDT and transfers to the landlord's wallet automatically. So they're coming up with all kinds of, with the AI age here now and all of these things combined with the payment systems now, and there's more and more payment systems coming on with cryptocurrency. So here are the countries where Bitcoin is legal. Germany, moreover, they are not taxed if you sell under 600 pounds in Germany. Slovenia, which we have had some Slovenian HODLNOTs with us, and they come and go, but we've had quite a few Slovenians. Cryptocurrencies are currently treated as virtual currencies, meaning that they are not financial instruments, nor are they monetary assets, according to Slovenian law on payment services and systems, but they can use it. So go figure, they got the best of all the worlds right there. El Salvador, it's fully used as legal tender. So they're the first ones that really adopted it on. And there's Japan, Denmark, India, USA, Australia, Canada, Portugal, Dominican Republic, and the United Kingdom all use Bitcoin now. That is a lot of countries right off the bat. And that's not all of them, but that's most of them. The countries where Bitcoin is still illegal is Indonesia, Nigeria, Algeria, Morocco, and Bolivia. Okay, Pakistan is in the gray zone. What does that mean? It means it's illegal to mine crypto, and there is no regulation on the trading, though. So people trade and buy, and they're not taxed. So Pakistan, you can trade your Bitcoin, you can sell it, you can buy it, but you can't mine it. It's weird. Okay, you're either on or off, but not in Pakistan. Crypto and salaries are now being paid out of cryptocurrencies. There's a application called Now Payments that supports many digital assets. So all those that are on the call today or maybe listening later, if you have a company or a business and you want to pay your employees or your staff in digital assets, you can use Now Payments. They do have fees that come up to about 1%. They charge 0.5% to use the application and 0.5%. That's not 5%, but it's 0.5% each just to convert from the USDT or your US dollar into cryptocurrency. So as we all know, cryptocurrency, that's the one big downfall is that the fees have gone up and up and up and up. And some of these applications are killing us on fees. Which is one of the reasons why I like trading on some of those exchanges that have zero fees, because you can save a lot of money when you're trading. But this particular app, Now Payments, tailors to your needs. So you can pay out to traders, you can reward to gamers, lots of different things that you can do. The most popular companies that are accepting Bitcoins, I was quite surprised when I did a little bit of research on this worldwide. Right now in 2025, this is a huge list. PayPal, Microsoft, AT&T, Apple uses third-party services through BitPay. A lot of you've already heard about BitPay. Starbucks has the back payment system. Whole Foods, Home Depot, they use a FlexiSpend app in order to get the cryptocurrency payments from Home Depot. That's your shop where you buy wood and tools. Shopify. Chipotle is a great restaurant in America. 98 cryptos are being able to be used for payments with Flexa. Tag Heuer, which is a watchmaker. Gucci. Selected boutiques are now accepting Bitcoin. Netflix, okay, they're trialing it as of the first quarter of this year. Subway, Twitch, AMC movie theaters, and some of the U.S. movie theaters. BitPay, IKEA, TJ Maxx, H&M, Old Navy. Lots of stores are now accepting Bitcoin. I was really surprised to read that. You can pay for accommodation and travel through Travala. Travala's been around for a long time, and so has Cheap Air. So you can pay for your travel with your cryptocurrencies. Cloud storage, VPNs through different networks here. Some of the McDonald's and coffee shops and grocery stores are all using it. PayPal is now embracing cryptocurrency. Microsoft now allows you to top up your Microsoft account with crypto payments. Burger King in Venezuela And the German branch now accept Bitcoin, Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum, and USDT. Kentucky Fried Chicken, they were advertising for the Bitcoin bucket, chicken bucket of chicken with Bitcoin, and they're using BitPay as well. Pizza Hut in Venezuela and Uber Eats and Lyft rides in some particular areas are all using it. And that's a lot of people. So hope you enjoyed this 4-H learning session. But there are lots of ways that you can spend your Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. As you can see on some of these payment apps, there's like 98 different coins that are accepted. Coin Payments has lots of different things that you can use. So don't, don't fret if you have lots of different coins. You can use them to buy
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the global adoption increases around cryptocurrencies, the value of those cryptocurrencies start to increase, and we'll start to see even more applications in different industries in the world. And I do believe we're going to be in a very much more decentralized mindset when it comes for payments and stuff because we know why cryptocurrencies work well in terms of speed, cost, transparency. It generally outperforms traditional finance, fiat currencies, and
Mm.
everything else. I mean, this is an ever-evolving landscape, and it's going to be interesting how, yeah, things do go forward in the future. I do remember it was up near Marcel actually a couple of years ago the very first car dealer in South Africa where you could actually buy vehicles, high-end vehicles with Bitcoin. And I think this is like 4 years, 5 years, maybe more ago when Bitcoin was still like, $30,000, kind
I
of thing.
remember that's how I bought my first Lambo.
Oh, well, there we
Oh,
go.
good. There we go. Tell us about that, Marcel.
Yes.
I've since sold it. It wasn't for
Uh,
me. I
Did you
didn't
get your
like the
Bitcoin
color.
back? I mean, did you get Bitcoin back in, when you sold it?
No, I cashed out in beta.
Okay, a good man. All right, that's where we want to be going. All right, speaking about BTF Pay. I mean, there we go. Great application for use case around cryptocurrencies as well. Sorry, just side punt. Thank you, Wendy, for that. It's yeah. I mean, do you ever pay for things over where you are in crypto?
No, because it's been at the bottom. So this is what a lot of people are doing is are holding their crypto because it's at the bottom.
Mm,
You'll spend a lot more of it. So as crypto goes up, it's going to be great to spend some of it. So you won't have to spend as much. See what I mean?
absolutely. The couple of
yeah.
Hmm.
very few satoshis I have might increase in value a little, and I can get an ice cream from McDonald's. But yes, that is very true. Very true point. Many people are waiting because at the moment, while Bitcoin's flying high, a lot of the alts still need to run. There are a lot of these guys who haven't really moved much. But the good news is, in my opinion, alt season is starting. Watching the Bitcoin
Hmm.
dominance, we're starting to see some really good pumps from a bunch of great coins. I mean, look what Ethereum is doing, Jasmine, and a bunch of others as well. So, yeah, I agree. A lot of people are holding onto the crypto, waiting for it to really run, and then we'll have more cash flow, right? So then we can pay for those things and buy those things that we feel we deserve. But yes, there
On
are a
the
number of
ooh,
outlets and institutions. Yes, jump fix. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say well, the converse side of that is I just recently applied and received a crypto.com credit card. We've not really
Mm.
been able to do that in Australia for a while, so I have been
Nice.
using it. And the thing that I'm doing is I had so much, let's just say so much money in my Binance account, and I transferred over some Ethereum and used it in the credit card, which is really handy. It's just a normal credit card. So I don't know if some people on the call might have them, but it's really quite handy to have. It's just you put it in your Apple Pay wallet and you tap, tap, tap. But then I looked again and Ethereum went up during that time. So
Mm.
it was like, ooh, okay, well, it wasn't free
I have
money,
more
but
money. Yeah.
it was the same amount that I had before. So that's exactly why crypto is good
Ah.
because depending on what coins you choose, you can pop that over to your credit card, but then still have the same amount in your Binance account. So as long
Mm.
as you're choosy with the choice,
Mm.
it works out really well. So you can't really do that with normal fiat, obviously, because it's always 1 to 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for clarity's sake, everybody, when Vicky said she transferred so much money, she's talking about like an X amount, all right? Not
An X amount, yes.
Like
Yes,
so
not
I
much
so
was like,
money. I was
much.
woo.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, an X amount of money.
Thank you, thank you. But
I,
again, crypto.com, you guys can register for an account depending on where in the world you are. The cards are not yet available in the South African market yet.
mm,
But there it is opening up. Look what's happening with global crypto adoption. More and more. Look what happened with Visa. And Visa's now
mm,
partnered with, Circle and a whole bunch of other ones as well. There's the PayPal dollar. We mentioned this in one of the weekly warm-ups and the headlines. More and more companies and institutions are utilizing cryptocurrency payments. So, yeah, maybe to your point, Vicky, look for a coin that's available on one of those cards that you can fund with that is kind of at the bottom. I mean, Ethereum is sitting pretty high at the moment. It was last 4,000 something. Where are my chart? But the other coins that are starting to only move now. So yeah, Ethereum sitting at 4,682. It broke all-time high just a few hours ago, and it
mhm.
just keeps on rising. And there's $5,000 for Ethereum is around the corner. Maybe, just maybe, we want to be looking at something like Solana or whatever is available. But there we go. Good example. Thanks, Fix. Crypto.com. Credit cards available, but not yet in South Africa. There are a bunch of others. So yeah, exciting times. I think you guys are all pretty excited. And there are a couple of new faces on the call. Welcome to it. Just a quick reminder before we get into the next topic. Predict what the price of Bitcoin. I've got Vicky and Wendy and Marcel's and mine done separately, but there are a bunch of you putting in some good values. Predict what it's going to be mid-December and tell us why to be in the running to win today 30-day HODL Fire coupon for that indicator that works so well with the pivots. And then there'll be a prize as well for the person who is closest at the end of the year. We're taking screenshots of these price predictions, and there've been some great ones so far. Yeah, Marcel's got a crazy formula that he's
Yeah.
using, and he's almost to the sense there. Marcel, well done.
Yeah.
Um, What I might do is read out some of these at the end ones.
It will definitely hit that value, John. It might not be December 16th, but it will.
Yeah, of this year, right? Might be
At
next year
some point
at
in
some point, right?
history.
Time expansion is a thing. All right, lovely. Well, listen, while we're asking you what you think Bitcoin's price is going to be middle of December this year, um, we all have a feeling maybe that Bitcoin will go to $1 million in value, right? Are we all feeling that? I don't know. Wendy, what do you think?
$1 million? Well, they keep saying it over and over and over, but that's an awful lot. It's got to really skyrocket. I don't know. I
We're going to delve into this topic now. Vicky's going to lead this and we're all going to jump in.
hmm.
But, guys, let's be honest. A couple of years ago, people were like, Bitcoin will never hit 100,000. Bitcoin will never hit 50,000.
Mm.
Right? So in our own little mindset, little bubble now, we can't really anticipate what may be in the future. I mean, think about it, guys. Teleportation, uh, okay, there are a couple of flying cars and flying motorcycles already, but interstellar space travel will be a thing. Maybe not in our lifetime. We can't fathom it right now, right? But the fact is that we're all connected right now on a computer or phone somewhere, and we're talking about cryptocurrency would not have been a thing about 10 years ago. So I don't know. Marcel, Vicky, what are you guys thinking? Is this possible? $1 million? Really?
I think it is.
Okay.
There's I've got one main reason why I think it's possible.
Well, spit it out. Spit it out.
I think it's because of the adoption percentage that's still so very low across the world.
Hmm.
Ooh, yeah, we're going to talk
There's
about that.
there's not a
That's a
lot of
good point.
people that actually owns any crypto. I think it's less than 10% of the global population
Oh.
that that that
Hmm.
has a crypto wallet.
Hmm.
And obviously some of those wallets are institutional wallets,
Hmm.
Mm.
but some of them are people with maybe $5 or $10 in a wallet.
Well,
I think.
let's dive into that, I think, hey, Vicky, because it's a very valid point there, Badger. I think very, very valid point. And I keep talking about this and I won't stop saying this, but as global crypto adoption grows, as more and more people get past the FUD and the uncertainty and the anxiety of like, oh, my friend, got wrecked and oh no, crypto is a scam. And as we educate more people, that will grow, right, Vix?
Yeah, we talked about the headline, at least, on the weekly warm up. And in the process of doing a bit of research for that, we came across a article that said what happens if Bitcoin reaches $1 million. And there's a few points, and I'd like to just open a discussion up because it's actually really interesting because, why do people think that? And who thinks that, basically? And then what needs to happen to make it possible. So it's all things like that. And this is actually what Marcel was talking about. So that is one of the things that has to happen for it to become possible. So this is a Bitcoin wealth distribution table. And what this is this is on the left, how many wallets are holding Bitcoin, and on the right is how much they hold. So at the moment, the percentage of people, or the amount of wallets, is about 48, well, almost 49 million wallets, but they only hold between one, not only, I mean, it's great to have it, they hold between $1 worth of Bitcoin and $100 worth of Bitcoin. So that's really the majority of people. And then as you go up, there's only 19,000 wallets that hold more than $10 million of Bitcoin
Only.
only. And a lot of those would be obviously institutions. A lot of those are also the very early adopters, like Satoshi himself. And if you think about how many people are in the world and how many wallets we see here, there is very little adoption at the moment. And this is just a fraction of the total people in the world. So that is one of the things that has to happen before Bitcoin could hit $1 million. So I thought that was interesting, that graphic. So
Very.
really, yeah, how it started was basically, why are we starting to talk about this? And the reason why we found we're starting to talk about it is a few things. It's because of the ETFs. So when the ETFs were introduced in early 2024, so things like BlackRock, we've talked about the ETFs on this call before, and that really helped Bitcoin, especially, go from fringe to mainstream. So the ETFs are being traded by people who would never normally buy Bitcoin. So that helped. And then I think another thing that helped is Donald Trump, basically. So his executive orders for the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and that was back in March of this year. So that helped. And that really created a lot of optimism. And then also we talked about Crypto Week, which was not too long ago in July. So they're actually speaking about crypto in the States.
Mm.
And I think those three things really help kind of kick-started this. Is Bitcoin going to go to 1 million? I don't know what you guys think about
I
that, or
Sorry,
other.
Wendy, you had your hand raised there for a second.
Mm.
No, I was just thinking the reason why I don't, I'm skeptical that it'll go that high is due to the fact that the liquidity and everything has been so diluted with so many new coins. I think if we didn't have as many coins as we do, and more coins coming out all the time that people are trading and investing in, a lot more the price of Bitcoin would be a lot higher now. But again, when I think we take away a lot of those coins and we narrow it down to the top 10. And if all the other little coins go away, then I do think that it could go easily to $1 million.
I think to a degree there's some validity in that statement. I think the fact that as there are more coins, there are millions of coins out there, right? And a lot of them are
Yes.
Web3, etc. But as more coins are coming to the fore, more and more people are putting cash into crypto, whether it be, federal rate cuts across the globe, really. As rates come down, inflation comes down, People have more disposable income. As crypto adoption and awareness grows, more and more people are getting into it. So previously, people who were big naysayers around crypto and they had
Mm.
millions and billions in stocks and equities and shares and everything else, they're like, "Ooh, okay, maybe I should sell a lot of that and put it into crypto." So it kind of, I wouldn't say that it keeps pace with each other, but I believe that as more people around the world realize that there's this race almost to accumulate Bitcoin because it's steadily gaining value, that the more coins coming out will kind of mitigate or be mitigated really by more and more cash being available and in the market.
Yes, and it needs to be tax free. I think that keeps a lot of people out is because of all the taxes on the money that they trade and holding it and everything else. There's lots of things making it go up and lots of things making it go down, but I do agree adoption needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean, tax aside and everything, I mean, that's another discussion. I think, we want to make sure that in certain places, I mean, certain values shouldn't be taxed. There's some countries that less than $200 in crypto
Yeah.
transfers is not taxed, blah, 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 all of that. But I think, yeah, as regulations start to catch up, regulatory, principles and laws and stuff start to catch up, and
Mm,
groups almost becomes more honest and transparent, and there's some sort of framework, more and more people adopt that because they know that their governments and their institutions have frameworks in place for this. More people will get into crypto. And as more people become educated through HODLNOTS, then they will be more open to investing or at least diversifying the portfolio, putting some of it into crypto. And I think globally, whether it be, people in Africa, whether it be people in, in other third world areas who are starting to see, their $5 transactions, instantaneously, and that's what they're spending. A lot of people in third world countries are actually starting to use cheap ways to get into crypto and pay for things and transfer funds because, MoneyGram and all these other things take forever. But I still believe that even if there are a whole bunch of new coins coming into the market, more people coming in with more cash. I don't know, Marcel, Vicky, thoughts?
I think if you look at the market cap of all crypto and you compare it to the market cap of only Bitcoin, Bitcoin is still 60% of all crypto.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I think I do differ a little bit from what Wendy's saying.
Hmm.
I think Bitcoin is still king, and
I hope so. I mean, I really hope it really does. I mean, I hope it goes up more than 1 million.
yeah, I think if you look at the market cap, they both. If you look at the market cap without Bitcoin and with Bitcoin,
Hmm.
both of them are trending upwards. So I think, like you said, John, new people are gonna come into crypto.
Hmm.
Some of them gonna buy Bitcoin, some of them gonna buy altcoins. But I think the fact that the ETFs are there and um,
Mm,
some of the government what do you call it, reserves and
Hmm.
some of the treasuries, it adds credibility to Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
And I think, yeah, I think adoption will grow at a steady pace,
Yeah.
and if we can have that, if we can have that adoption, I think eventually we'll get there. I don't know how long it will take though, but
Yeah.
the
I
the
Yeah.
main the main concern that I do have is the fact that some of the Bitcoin wallets are so massive and they can
Mm.
so easily influence.
Mm.
If one big wallet decides to sell, they can literally trash the whole thing. That
Yeah.
that is a concern.
It is a concern, but I think the this paradox that we've spoken about here, Vicky, the BlackRock paradox,
Hmm.
where it's supposed to be a decentralized asset, but you see so many institutions like BlackRock and Strategy, everybody else who's starting to snatch up, and they will grab as much as they can. If there's a little bit of a dip, and maybe Marcel, if a big wallet sells some, they'll be like, "Woohoo! Okay, cheaper price. We're going to spend, grab another 1,000, 10,000 Bitcoin, just like that." So I think that might help be mitigated. I mean, Bitcoin's market cap at the moment is 2.37 trillion. Total crypto market cap is 4.11 trillion. Gold is sitting at like 21, 23, whatever it is, trillion. And I think as more institutions and more countries and more big investors start buying into, I think the market cap will go much higher. I reckon 10 trillion at some point towards the end. And I think that will help in terms of the actual price. Vicky, your thoughts on all of this?
So listening to everyone, it's interesting because there's quite a few big players in there saying exactly the same thing. We'll get to that in a minute, but FOMO is definitely one of them. So when you said FOMO, it's as people see Bitcoin rising, there's more people jumping in because as of only about, and this is obviously data from one source, but only about 6.8% of the global population owns crypto. Only 6.8%. There's so much room to grow with people adopting crypto. And then, as we said, the other thing we haven't talked about is Bitcoin only has ever 21 million Bitcoin. So this is the supply and the demand side. As that gets closer, people are going to get, more FOMO and get, oh, it's running out, so let's buy some. That's not going to happen in our lifetime, but it will start to get more scarce. So it's things like that. And sorry, Marcel, did you want to say something about that?
No, I just said scarcity. That's definitely
Supply demand.
Exactly. And then, the other thing is we talk about institutional investors, but they are extremely powerful people as well. So it's people like Michael Saylor, who we always talk about. It's people like Kathy Wood, who is head of ARK Investments, and you don't hear a lot about them, but they have done, I'll show you what they've done actually. Let me just get this first. But their company has done a whole projection about where they think Bitcoin is going to go and what has to happen for it to get there, basically. So this is a table that they've put together about where they think Bitcoin is going to go by 2030. And three different scenarios. So we have a left scenario that it reaches 300,000, and then a middle 710,000, and then a right, which is 1.5 million. But basically, they put them into categories. And just to go through a little bit, so institutional investors are obviously the institutions that are doing mainly the spot ETFs. This isn't how much, it's just basically for this scenario, the institutional investments have to get this big, and then if this scenario is going to happen, then it has to be a bit more, and if this scenario, that has to happen. So that's what this table is kind of saying. Digital gold is not what you're thinking it is as far as ARK is concerned, and they're really just using the word digital gold to represent Bitcoin. They're using it similar as gold, so people buy gold at the moment to protect themselves against the falling dollar. So they're actually using Bitcoin in that instance. So that's not gold. They're using Bitcoin as gold. So these two, obviously the adoption has to be huge. Emerging markets. So it's really a lot of investors have to seek alternate ways to protect themselves against inflation and also devaluation. So they have to jump on board as well. And then nations. So the green is nations or governments. So governments also have to try to jump on board with this. And then obviously the corporate treasuries, which are people like Strategy and ARK and BlackRock and the people that we're talking about. And then the little tiny Bitcoin on-chain financial services is how to use the blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain. So it's really all of this adoption has to happen for this scenario to be in place by 2030. And then if this one happens, so basically ARK, it's a huge company. And the reason I'm getting to this is because they have a lot of say about what happens in the world. So if they think it's going there, they're buying Bitcoin. This is my opinion. If they think it's going there, they're buying Bitcoin left, right, and center. I would imagine that they, sit around a table, allegedly, and discuss it. So that's why I also think that it is going to go where they want it to go. So it's really, that table means everything we're saying, global adoption by everyone. So the people that don't have Bitcoin, the people that already have Bitcoin, the institutions, the governments. So everyone really needs to jump on board for this to happen. And what Marcel touched on is also true, that the regulation is important because people that are maybe not that confident with Bitcoin might get more confident. So that's why regulation is actually a good thing. And we have a hand raised.
Yeah. It's always great to hear from everybody as well. Oh,
Yeah, fantastic.
oh, nope, drop the hand.
Oops. Oop.
All good, Gerrit. We love hearing from you. But yeah, drop the comment down below. And this is exactly what I was saying. As soon as there's better clarity on the regulations that get put into place globally, more people are going to trust in the governments and the institutions and just education, like we say time and time again, whether you learn to read the charts or you immerse yourself in communities like here at Bitcoin Trend and Forecast and HODLNOTS, where you learn and you feel more confident around crypto. Again, there's no scam here. We're here to share with everybody, right? So we want to make sure that everybody understands this, and we ourselves, the four of us here, the hosts, we're learning more and more every single day about crypto. We're learning about adoption and application and regulations. And, like as fun as these topics are, we are trying to educate ourselves so we can help educate all of you as well. And I think in time, those numbers of wallets that are holding, whether it be, a dollar's worth of Bitcoin or more, are drastically going to increase. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
I think it has to, especially obviously the lower values. I think, every day we hear someone, you've told me a story about your friend in the States who's buying $5 worth of Bitcoin every day,
It's
and they probably wouldn't be doing that last year. So I think people are just trying to, well, they are jumping on board and buying Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin you hear about a lot more. And when you think of cryptocurrency, a lot of people think it's just Bitcoin. So that's not a bad thing. Obviously, we can educate them, but at least they know about Bitcoin.
mm,
Um, and yeah, they're trying to jump on board. So the other thing is, what could stop it? What could stop this from happening? And obviously, if none of that happens, it will stop it from happening if the global adoption isn't there from everyone. And the other thing is, there are whispers of quantum computing
mm,
happening, that we did also say a little bit about that the other week on the
warm up.
weekly warm up. Yeah. That, quantum computing is getting so smart now that either it could try to hack, the blockchain and ruins everyone's party. And conversely, the people or someone at Bitcoin, let's say, is actually using quantum computing to make the smart contracts smarter. So, there's a lot of things that could happen. The world could blow up tomorrow, but this is positive. So we're thinking that let's be positive and let's get everyone into Bitcoin and crypto, and let's see where it goes on this ride that we're on.
Absolutely. Marcel, did you have anything you wanted to add in on that discussion, or Wendy?
No, I think. Yeah, sorry, Wendy, you muted.
I said, no, not from me. She covered it all. Sorry.
No, all good. Badger.
Yeah, I think there might be more risks if you look at what can prevent this from happening. But I don't want to be pessimistic, so let's
Not
stick
on a
with what we.
Wednesday, not on a hump day. No, definitely. It's I mean, ladies and gents, we are going to start wrapping this up pretty soon. We are going to talk about this more again. Or obviously every Monday, 9 o'clock a.m. UTC, weekly warm up. We will be touching on a few more headlines, but we're going to jump into more detail around this because this is an ever ongoing conversation, really. Upskilling, learning, educating around this, telling your friends and family. One of our good friends, Mr. Oki. I mean, we know the stories of how the family and neighbors and everybody and friends were skeptical around, him doing one of our courses and getting into crypto. And look how well he has done and how everybody's been
Mm-hmm.
converted and is supportive. So, um, yeah, and shout out to Scott, a friend in the States who's buying $5 Bitcoin a day. He's been in the crypto space for ages, but his new mission is just like this is what he's doing. And I think if you guys, and I've told my friends, my firefighter friends, my I don't have to tell my family, is that you can afford to buy, like $5 or $10 or $50 a month of Bitcoin, put it away, forget about it. We talking about generational wealth creation. We're talking about yeah, doing, in my opinion, the right thing. Not financial advice, just an idea. Do whatever you can with whatever you can afford. So there's a tip. Take it or leave it. It's entirely up to you. All right. We are going to continue more on this, as I mentioned, and we are going to get to the Bitcoin cycle. In a month's time, we'll be back again for this next Hard Lots Happy Hour Hangout. But, Vicky, we've had some great guesses around prices. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna shout out some numbers. I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Mm.
We'll say whose was whose. 132,000, 144,000, 122, 143,795 specific. 136, 135. What else was there?
180.
180, 135, 700, 120. Where's the price? Someone's given a justification, but where's their price? Ooh. Okay, and yeah. And by the way, yes, Kathy Wood's amazing. There's definitely a great link. Matthias,
Mm.
definitely feel free to drop that in the lodge so people can go watch that. There've been a couple of really good ones of late. So, Vicky, Wheel of Names, who's gonna win that for the justification so that mid-December we'll see who's closest to it.
Yes, for today's justification prize, I think Donna CN had the best justification.
Hey!
Yeah, so
Woohoo!
congratulations there, Donna CN. So if you'd like to create a sport ticket, it's a HODL fire. And then yes, we've taken screenshots of everyone's guesses.
Hmm.
So if you need to be on the call on the 17th of December, and we'll see who was right
I'm gonna
or
I'm
who
gonna
was the
read out just
closest.
one or two of the justifications, not
Yeah.
anybody, no names mentioned. We're talking about the US economy growing in the next 6 months. We're talking about bullish runs. We're talking about policies in the States. Some technical analysis with Fibonacci, very nice.
Hmm.
And then yeah, I'm gonna call you out, Donatien, on this because I think this is people need to hear this. The price of Bitcoin will be fluctuating within 24 hours of that day, sure. She gives her value. And this is to give an opportunity to all HODLNOTs who have made money scalping the alt bull run happening soon in the next couple of months to get Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Love that. Amazing. We all, yeah, sorry, Vix.
No, I was laughing. It's a great justification.
I think it is amazing. It is, we want everybody to prosper. All right. And the way to
Yeah.
prosper is to learn, educate, upskill yourself, practice trading if you're still not sure. Jump in. Guys and girls, the alt run, I believe, is starting. All right. Still do your research, DYOR, but there are opportunities. So many coins are getting back into the golden zone on the day. Keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance, and I think we all have the opportunity to do well. All right, closing comments, Wendy, Marcel, and Vicky, as we wrap this up.
Mine is there is enough crypto for everyone. So what we do here at HODLNOTS to help each other prosper, now we reach out to everyone and just start getting the message out because why not?
Mm,
Really?
absolutely.
Absolutely. For me, it's just get trained and educated. Learn how to trade your cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, you trade it differently than you do on a lot of these other little coins, but you can be very successful as a trader daily, or even while you're out doing life. You can trade Bitcoin. Just learn how to trade it properly and get educated. It's the way of the future. So you want to be able to put your money and invest it in, the coins and trade them properly. So we look forward to everybody learning and educating.
Absolutely. Marcel.
Well, I think if everyone let's do compounding. If everyone just tell two friends about crypto and ask them to
There
do
we
the
go.
same, I think the adoption will definitely increase, and Huddle Nuts will do our part to
Indeed.
help that.
Definitely.
Love it. All right, educate yourselves. Even if you're not necessarily going to be scalp trading or hodl firing, you're missing out. But you understand where certain coins are going, then definitely learn how to read the charts. That's it, ladies and gents. We're going to close off with a song. It's not the happy birthday song, don't worry. But we'll see you guys on Monday again for the next weekly warm up. And then in a month's time again for the next Hot Lots Happy Hour Hangout as we dive into some more of these topics. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you,
Thanks,
Vicky.
everyone.
We'll catch you guys soon. Yep.
Thank you. Everybody have a great week.
From your
Let's
personal
go.
playlist, John.
Hi, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.